Hey guys, what's going on? I hope everyone there is doing absolutely splendid on this magnificent day where you can see Bitcoin has risen and done very well. I need to make this emergency update right now because it is definitely a time where a lot of people may get FOMO, and that is fear of missing out. I don't want that to happen to you. I don't want you to make stupid decisions. So let's go over the market real quick. So I'm going to spend the next 2 hours going over the markets because I need to update a lot of my zones, or at least I would think that I have to update a lot of my zones, because when it comes to Bitcoin, 4,500 was really the invalidation level in fact, it was the invalidation level for making lower lows. Now that we broken market structure and we made this higher high, now I'm going to want to get in on a retest of the previous, I'm just going to get in on a retest as opposed to waiting for this to actually get hit. Before I do that though, there are a couple things I want to go over. The first thing is that I discovered a bot that will let you actually dollar cost average into whatever cryptocurrency you want on whatever exchange you want. Of course, it doesn't work with Binance if you're in the US, or other exchanges if you're in the US. But if you're in the US, it does work with Coinbase Pro, Kraken, FTX US, Binance US, and all of these other ones that you could use. So it's called Delta Badger. I've been using it to actually dollar cost average into a bunch of coins that I like, and I'm actually going to simply use this to dollar cost average into the coins that I like every single day for pretty much the rest of my life. And I'm just gonna put $100 in every single day forever, never really touch it ever, and see what happens. So yeah, that's Delta Badger. And then the other thing that I want to say is that if you want the actual bot update that I made for my Discord group, you could go to the Discord channel and you can click on 3 commas videos, and then it's in the pinned messages. You could just go there and you can see I have all of the videos right here, and I actually need to add video number 4. So let me just do that right now. I just go back here, and this is video number 4. So I'm just going to copy this and then paste it into the pin message in my 3 commas channel. And there you go. Now if you want to know how to make bots in 3 commas, you can go to my Discord, go to the 3 commas videos, and then click on pinned messages and go up to the pinned messages, and you'll have all of the different bot videos. Before we get into really anything, though, I want to go over this thread by Cold Blooded Schiller because it's just so good. This is basically talking about how, you're feeling a lot of FOMO. There's a lot of stuff going on in the markets right now, and this is how you should think about it. So I'm just going to read this for you. It says, "There will be a lot of FOMO today. You'll be panicked about not having a position, and if you look at doing so now with poor risk management, you will get stopped out multiple times. Let me explain the situation and hopefully settle some fear, panic, and anxiety. After large moves, we tend to see a period of consolidation. Typically, we do this in 2 legs. The first leg, you say, I'll wait for a pullback. Then the second leg hits and you think, fuck, I have to enter now. A lot of you will now be caught in exposed positions, probably running at a position size that isn't suitable for your account because the vibe on Twitter has been popping bull all day. You'll have acted on the information you've absorbed throughout the day. The market understands and will make sure that you're punished for the position sizing you take and your entry. We chop and allow repositioning, taking profit and removing you from the markets before we do anything of note again. I've been referencing this chart all week, and it contains the levels to be bullish above from my perspective. If you look at it this way, you're really at the first day you should be interested in longing or getting exposure to the market. And this is the chart that he posted, which is basically when we were down here, talk about NFTs and alts. This is what crypto Twitter was doing. When we were up here, post bearishly into bullish tweets, and down here, post bullishly into bearish tweets, and then finally post bearish post heavily below here. This is where I was looking to get into. Of course, we didn't reach there, but now everyone's a bull. Everyone's posting bully really heavishly, right? Anyway, some people will some people will be long from lower, and you know what? That's fine. Some people, like me, will be waiting until the closes today to think about the way that they'd like to structure having exposure to crypto again. The plan is yours alone. It's not to be led by the entries and trades you see here. I've been waiting to buy strength, and strength is what we're seeing. A week ago, I tweeted this, where he tweeted, a lot of markets caught between two significant levels now. Strong bounces off the bottom. I'll be buying into strength on reclaims versus trying to make the hero play at the low. And then he gave out the FTT over 60. He's going to buy Bitcoin over 45K. That's when he'll buy. And then Sol over 150 is where he'll buy. So some of these are in the lowest. And he said, at the time, he said some of these are in the worst positions to be bullish at the moment. And that was September 23rd. That was last week. And, it's true. They were at the worst positions to be bullish. Like when Bitcoin was at $43,000, $44,000 up here after it got rejected, that was a terrible time to be bullish. Maybe when it came back down to 40K, that was a time to go in, but it still wasn't that bullish. And same thing for FTT. Back here, $55, it was in between the rejection, the resistance, and the support. You don't want to go in there. Same thing when it comes to Solana. It was at a really big resistance at 144. So you didn't want to get into any of these things back there. It says, today is the first day that 2 of the 3 of these will complete the actions I was looking for. Am I late? No. Will I hold these positions far longer once in them than most people who are trading or have traded lower entries? Yes. Am I able to survive the chop and consolidation? Yes. Now the plan is to position into the consolidation or retests of the levels of interest in a relaxed and controlled manner that takes into account my personal risk exposure that I'm comfortable with. No panic, no FOMO, acceptance that these are the conditions I wanted to buy. Do not micromanage your positions. I can assure you at times like these, reducing your position sizes, buying spot, and scaling into positions now we've seen strength will be the best approach you could take. If today is the first day of strength and the strength continues, you've not missed anything. In fact, you're actually at day 1. You're looking and interested in positioning at the true first signs of strength we've seen in a while. Stop worrying, start planning, and control your risk. This is so good. This is really good because I think a lot of people right now, especially when they see candles like this, they start getting a lot of FOMO and they want to buy in right now. It's 4,800. But I mean, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. We had 5 days of resistance right here at 4,800 or I guess 48,300. But still. And you know what? We did reach that and we're getting rejected a little bit. So what makes you think that we're just going to pop up again? Is it possible? Yeah, it's totally possible. But you really want to use proper risk management and start scaling in all the way down because it could easily come back down to 45,500. If you take the Fibonacci from the bottom to the top right here, $45,540. That's the 38.2, and it lines up really well with the moving averages and everything like that. Plus, it's pretty much in the middle. So this would be the area that I would really want to go in with, it's like right here, because this gives a nice pullback. I'm not FOMOing in. I'm using technical analysis in the terms of Fibonacci along with some type of resistance. To be honest, down here at 4,400 is really the best price to buy it. But usually after we see really big run-ups, it doesn't come back down to the 61.8. Usually what happens is it comes back down to the 38.2. If we are truly bullish, if we're really bullish, it'll only bounce off the 38.2 and then it'll make its new high. But if we're not truly bullish, then maybe it'll come back down to the 61.8 before reversing. But these are the 2 levels I want to get in. I would love to get in right here at 45,000. Let's say 45,600 as my first entry, and then 44,000 as my second entry. And because I'm not gonna buy into this, 10% candle at the resistance when you could just look right here and see this is the resistance and this is where we're at. So just remember, be like calm and cool and collective, and don't like FOMO in. You could FOMO in up here and it could pump and you could win, right? But I mean, what if you did that on a consistent basis, like over and over and over again? Like eventually you're going to FOMO in and it's just going to crash super hard one of these times, and you're going to lose. So that's my game plan for Bitcoin. When it comes to Ethereum, we had this, this was the resistance before, and you could see it had like support, resistance, and now it broke through that. So this is going to be a really good area to buy if it comes down here. So I'll do the same exact thing, and I'll take the fib from the bottom to the top, and I'll look for the 38.2. So that's around 3,200, right? So for Ethereum, I want to get in at 3,200, and that's going to be like the first place I would really want to get in, because if it's truly bullish, it'll definitely go there. And then if it comes back down to 3,100, or I guess 3,050 is a better area, then this would be the second area that I would really want to get in, right? Because I'm not FOMOing in down here. This is exactly where it should technically bounce, one of these two areas, if this was the top. So, or if this is truly like a bullish reversal and now it's coming up, which it most likely is, because if we go down to the 4 hour, we had this basically an ascending triangle, and it broke out. It actually broke out very early, but still it broke out, and we want to get in on the retest. So it even makes sense in this perspective that we want to wait until we get a retest at $31,050, and then potentially a retest at $3,050, and that would be the two best areas. Moving on to quant, we could see this had like resistance, and it finally popped up over the resistance today, and then it came down, tapped it again, and now it looks like it's on its way up. So if this is truly going to be a retest of this resistance, and we're going to pop up from here, that would be really good. And honestly, sort of reminds me of Solana, like resistance, and then it popped up, came back, had the retest, and now Solana is up actually quite significantly from there, as opposed to Quant, which still, I guess I'll use Binance. Yeah, as opposed to Quant, which still has not gotten back up to around 334. Yeah, I just put Solana to the left, Quant to the right. Charts look fairly similar. So yeah, we even had this, and then like the drop down, and the same thing happened over here, this and the drop down, drop up above this level, pop up above this level, then drop back down above here, and this was above here. They've been following each other very, very, very closely. So hopefully quants can do exactly what Sol did and then pop up. So yeah, I'm gonna grab some quant right now. Not like I don't already have some, but I'm gonna grab some more. Okay, so now that we got rid of, or that we went over a lot of the introductory stuff, I'm gonna start going over the market scan like how I normally do, and I'm gonna be using this Crypto Elite cheat sheet. Basically, it's right here, trading cheat sheet checklist. Basically tells you, these are basically the things that I wrote down to do in order to go over my trades. And so we're gonna start off with support and resistance levels. So the first thing that you should do is draw the support and resistance levels using the horizontal line tool to mark off the support and resistance points. Monthly resistance is a key level, and also there's weekly and of course the daily. The top resistance is the barrier that will make or break the climbs to new highs. And so let's just do that. We're on the monthly chart of the total market cap. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this right here, and this is the monthly close, and then there was this, which is the previous all-time high. So I'll just write that here. And so we have the previous all-time high here. We have the monthly close here. Previous high monthly close here. And so now we got this here, we got this here. But the other thing is that we had this right here. And This was a pretty big level, right, of the total market cap. And we also had this, which is another really big level. And now October is here, right? And then within the first day of October, we're already above the open and close of September, right? So this is bullish. This is really bullish. What I was really hoping for was a retest of the 61.8, because obviously on this one, from the bottom to the top, came down 61.8, touched it three months in a row, and then shot up. And then, like I said, I wanted the 61.8 to be touched again, but last month it did not. It seemed to just come down to the 38.2, and now it's back up. So this is pretty bullish. Sometimes it, stays above the 38.2, and as long as it stays above the 38.2, that's usually what the that's usually bullish indicator. So if we take it from the bottom of that month to this month, this was it. So it's October, obviously starting off with a bang. Let's go down to the weekly, and I like the weekly better. So this was previous all-time high. This was a very solid level to get out, because this was the weekly highs. So let me just put that here. And like I said, taking the Fibonacci from the bottom to the top on the weekly time frame, 61.8. This is what I really wanted it to come down to, but it seems like it continually bounces off the 38.2. So this is pretty good. Really, this is only the very first day, or no, this is a few days in. So this is 4 days in to this week, and it still has not reached the 61.8. So we're gonna have to see what happens there. Going back to the cheat sheet, basically what you want to look at is are these things closer to the support? It's a better buy. Bounces off the support, better longing opportunity. Breaking the support, better shorting opportunity. Closer to resistance, not a good buy. Bounce off resistance, not a good buying opportunity. Possibly a better shorting opportunity, unless we're in a bull market and the price consolidates under the resistance. And finally broke through resistance. It's possibly a great buy for a breakout play. Obviously, you want to usually wait until we get a retest. And so that's the support and resistance levels. And we're going to do that for all of the different coins for the next hour and a half. And then we have draw the trend lines and counter trends. So you can and should use the exponential moving averages to get a more objective view of the trend. When price is above the EMAs, that's usually indicative of an uptrend. When it's below the EMAs, that's usually indicative of a downtrend. If it's really choppy and it's going above and below the exponential moving averages, then there's no trend. There's no trend available. It's just chop. Lower highs and lower lows is a downtrend. Higher lows and higher highs is an uptrend. So what you want to ask yourself is the overall trend upwards? Is it bullish, or is it downwards and bearish? If it's an uptrend, then it's less risky to go long. If it's in a downtrend, then it's less risky to short the market. So let's go back here and see what it's like. So this is still on the weekly time frame in a bearish market, because we made a lower high, right? And now we're sort of just like waiting to see whether it's going to make a higher, whether this is going to pop up and make a higher high first, right? But we did go down. I mean, there's a couple ways you could look at it, but this still is overall bearish from the previous highs, because we made a lower high, and we made a lower low as well, like lower low right here, and then a high, and now it's like on the way back. And I was hoping to get a retest and pop back up, and that would sort of be the first indicator of a bull trend. But that's that. And so technically speaking, on the higher time frames, we're still not in a bull market yet, However, on the lower time frames, let's see what this is looking like. Well, on the lower time frames, there's no trend. It's simply chop. It's like this was all chop, and this is all chop. This is all like there's nothing to do here, because the exponential moving averages are above the price, and then below the price, and then above the price, and then below the price. So this doesn't really tell us much, even on the daily, and that's a pretty low time frame. And that's the total market cap. I wonder if Bitcoin's any different with this. Not really. I mean, this is really all chop. It's all chop. Same thing with Ethereum. But I mean, if we go into, let's say we go into the 4 hour. Let's go into the 4 hour. we have the support, or we had the previous resistance, right? And then we had the support, and this is looking more bullish now because it broke the previous highs. If we go to something like Doge, like for example, this is not really in a bullish or bearish thing. This is just consolidation. Price goes above it, price goes below it, price goes above it. I don't know. Let's look at Sol. This looks more bullish because the price is like much more above it. But this was all consolidation. This was all, there's no trend here. Looking at Cardano, same thing. So really, it's, it's not like we're in a very trending market. I mean, if you look at Cardano against Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart, where this is a downtrend, this is a clear downtrend against Bitcoin. And I think that's a big thing that we should start doing right now, is looking at these altcoins against Bitcoin, because Bitcoin dominance, if we look at Bitcoin dominance this is a clear uptrend. Look at this right here, this retest, boom, and then boom, above. It's continually above the moving averages. And right now I have these moving averages. I have the blue as the 12 and the red as the 24. But what I like to do is I like to make the one that's closest red, and then I like to make the one that's not as close, or that's taking further information. I like to make that either yellow or green. So I'm gonna make that green in this case, just because I think it looks better. Okay, so I just changed the parameters of like what my exponential moving averages look like, and so now we could start going through a couple more things. What is this? Looks like there's a gap here, or not really a gap, but like it doesn't look normal compared to what it normally looks like. It should start here and then jump up. Anyway, yeah, I'm still looking for good entries. So going back to Bitcoin, if we just like plot out simple levels for Bitcoin, like this is the support, right? And there's previous resistance, even big resistance right here. So now it's the big support. And this was resistance right here and resistance right here. So now this is the big resistance. You could also say like this is the resistance here, resistance here. This whole area basically is resistance. And I mean, that's why we're probably not moving up right now. But I mean, this is a pretty difficult case to get into. So it sort of makes sense that we jump into here and then get rejected down, and then if this is the true reversal, then we would pop back up and come back up. But yeah, I mean, just look at this, look at all of this, really. It's pretty clear resistance levels for Bitcoin. So like the first rule that I have is if it's at support, don't sell. And if it's at resistance, don't buy. I'm looking at this and it's just like, this is at the resistance. So like, I'm not going to buy. So the first thing that I would do in this situation is, of course, not buy. The second thing that I would do is I would take the Fibonacci from the bottom to the top, and I would say, okay, I want to get in here, 38,500. That is the area that I want to get in, because this is the previous support. It bounced off here, and it's the 61.8. It makes the most logical sense. However, now we did not reach that level. It was such an obvious level. I honestly don't know how we didn't reach it. This does not happen very often, where it looks like it's going to reach it, the 61.8, and it goes down to the 50 and then reverses off to 50. It doesn't really happen that much. But because we haven't reached it, now you have to say, okay, well, we bounced off the 50. So where am I going to want to buy back in? Well, the first logical place that you would look at would be 41,100 and I guess 60, because that's the right here, right? Somewhere around here, because that's the previous support. It's where we bounced off of continually. However, if this is a true bull run, or the start of another bull run, and it might be because it broke the market structure, low, this is the high, and then we have a lower high, and then we have a lower high, and then we have a lower high-ish, sort of. You can't really, I guess that's not really it, but we finally have a higher high. We're gonna have a higher high than this. So that broke the market structure. So instead of taking this entire fib from the bottom to the top and now looking, okay, I want to get in here, what we sort of have to do is a couple things. The first thing is take it from the top to the bottom and see like where's the big resistance point from the top to the bottom, and that was the 61.8. Okay, so we already hit that area, right? And then we take it from the bottom to the top, 61.8. We did not hit the 61.8. So now it's like, all right, where are we now? Are we at the 61.8 of the top to the bottom? Oh, yeah, we are. Okay, what do you know? So we're probably going to come down. So let's say that this is the reversal. So take it from here to here now. And where's the logical levels to get in when you're looking at it? Well, right around here is the first one, and then right around here is the second one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assume that this is a reversal, and I'm going to bring this up to 43,000, basically 43,200, somewhere around here, right? And that's where I would want to get in. But if this is a reversal, then we're not going to come back down here. We're only going to be able to get 4,600 or 45,000. So I'm going to front run it 45,000 and try to get in at 45,300 because that's $200 above here. And that's usually what happens when we have a reversal. We come at least down to 38.2 and then before shooting up again. So that's basically what I'm going to have to do at this point is I'm going to have to say, here's Bitcoin, like, and this is a pretty solid, if you look at this, this was the previous high. And so it makes sense that you would want to get in right here because if this is a bullish pattern, then this is where you would want to get in. This is entry 1, this is entry 2, but I'd go pretty heavy right here considering that I doubt we're going to get down here.